welcome back to 6 and 6, where we cover 6 stories from around the world in 6 minutes or less. With that said, start your timer. We begin today in South America, where Microsoft is facing an antitrust compliance suit from Opera Software ASA in Brazil, alleging unfair practices that disadvantage competing web browsers. The compliance centers on Microsoft's integration of Edge into Windows, which Opera claims creates barriers for users to download and use alternative browsers. This legal challenge continues a pattern of antitrust scrutiny faced by Microsoft in various global markets. From Reuters, quote, Opera argues that Microsoft practices not only harm competition, but also restrict consumer choices by creating barriers for users to access and use alternative software. Opera Software ASA compliant highlights the ongoing debate about tech giants' responsibilities in maintaining fair market competition, end quote. Next, we travel to Africa, where they are currently trying to work with a Caribbean region that is actively seeking to strengthen trade and economic ties with African nations overall amidst global economic shifts. The strategic pivot focuses on opportunities in technology exchange, agricultural imports, and renewable energy projects. The emerging partnership is rooted in the shared historical and cultural connections, potentially offering economic growth and resilience for both regions. The collaboration aims to diversify trade partnerships and create sustainable economic pathways. From Reuters, quote, leaders from the Caribbean are recognizing the untapped potential in direct trade with African nations. We are moving beyond traditional Western-centric trade models to create more resilient and mutually beneficial economic relationships that can address global challenges through technology, agriculture, and sustainable energy initiatives, end quote. Next, we travel up to the north of America, where LNG Canada, a major $40 billion Shell-led joint venture, is experiencing significant production infrastructure challenges that could delay its planned 2025 exports. The project is crucial for Canada's expansion into global LNG markets, particularly in Asia, but is currently struggling with infrastructure upgrades and operational complexities. Despite these obstacles, the joint venture remains committed to meeting its strategic objectives. From Reuters, quote, Shell's commitment to LNG Canada, one of its largest projects globally, underlines the significance of this development in the context of global energy markets. As the world transitions to cleaner energy sources, there is an immense pressure on major energy players like Shell to not only meet production demands, but also ensure sustainability in operations, end quote. Now we go across the Pacific to China, who has introduced new healthcare subsidies aimed at increasing the country's fertility rate by reducing the economic burden of raising children. The National Development and Reform Commission announced plans to enhance public child care services and improve infrastructure by 2025. These measures are a part of a broader policy shift to address demographic challenges, including an aging population and low birth rates, by supporting families and encouraging more couples to have children. From Reuters, quote, economic pressures and the lack of dependable childcare have been a major deterrent for Chinese couples to expand their families. The latest initiatives cater to couples who are hesitant about having more children due to high living costs, end quote. Australia is planning to expand its social media regulation to include YouTube, mandating parental consent for children under 16 starting in 2025. The new law aims to protect children from harmful online content by requiring explicit permissions before accessing digital platforms. The initiative reflects growing concerns about the potential negative impacts of social media on youth. From Reuters, quote, a pivotal aspect of the legislation is a requirement for explicit parental consent prior to a child's engagement with social media platforms. The Australian government is pushing this legislation forward as part of a broader strategy to reconcile digital innovation with children and their safety, end quote. And lastly, we go to Europe, where Spain has introduced a groundbreaking parental leave policy, offering fathers 16 weeks of full paid leave, matching mothers' entitlements. This progressive policy aims to promote gender equality and support shared child-rearing responsibilities. The initiative is part of a broader government effort to enhance family support and work-life balance, positioning Spain among Europe's most progressive countries in parental leave provisions. From Reuters, quote, under the new system, fathers in Spain will be able to get up to 16 weeks of full fully paid parental leave, matching what mothers are entitled to in an effort to promote gender equality and family responsibilities. The government hopes that by encouraging equal participation in childrearing, traditional gender roles might slowly shift, allowing both parents to be more engaged with their children. End quote. And of course, if you want to read any of today's articles, you can go down to the links in the description below that like and subscribe button and find all of them down there so you can go through them in their entirety. If you want to come back on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday and listen to the normal podcast that's more U.S. focused, you can go and follow the Twitter handle at Your Daily Flip, where I post the links to those episodes, as well as, if you haven't noticed, these episodes that come out on Tuesday and Thursday. So, with all that said, there's only one more thing to say. Stay safe, don't die,